Ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing is a thing of beauty. What you are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the few moments in the history of journalism and media where the entire apparatus, the entire machine is focused on one person trying to undermine, trying to derail, trying to fabricate a narrative against this individual, and you're seeing an individual not only survive, but prevail. They want to completely overrun and steamroll and oust President Trump. They want to basically do away with him in terms of politics. They want him out of the picture in terms of politics. They want to completely undermine his presidency. And they want to make it impossible for him to govern. And still, he is... There's record low Black and Latino unemployment. Now, there are people who say, so what? That's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. There's record low unemployment nationally. There's record low. If you look at the national unemployment, you go to the federal St. Louis Federal Reserve website, you can actually see nationally it's 3.7% as of August of 2019. For Hispanic and Latino men, the unemployment rate is 3.1%, below the national average. That did not happen under President Obama or President Bush. For women throughout the country, it is at record low levels, okay? For Black women, you can look, it is at record low levels. So you can go to the Federal Reserve right now, St. Louis Federal Reserve. In President Obama's administration last year, you can look at his last year in office and compare it to President Trump's unemployment. Okay, unemployment rate 20 years and over, Black or African American women. It had reached in January of 2012. In January of 2012, 12.6%. This is under President Obama. You can't blame the recession, I'm sorry. The recession technically ended late 2009. By 2010, the recession was technically over. It is now, ladies and gentlemen, 4.7%. It hit a low of 4.6%. And it is now 4.7% in August of 2019. The unemployment rate for Black and African American women, 4.7%. The unemployment rate for Hispanic and Latino men, 3.1%. This is under a person who is supposed to be the epitome of bigotry and racism and everything horrible in humanity. Go to the St. Louis Fed. Okay, it's fred.stlouisfed.org. Okay, you can look, and since 1975, this is the lowest point it has ever been. Democrats are petrified. Do you understand? They're frightened beyond belief. They're petrified. They're petrified. They don't want to see their core constituencies doing well. They must fabricate. Go to the St. Louis Fed. Unemployment rate 20 years and over, Black or African American women. It is August of 2019, 4.7%. The lowest rate it goes back to like about 1974. It's the lowest rate in 40 plus years. The previous low prior was November of 2019. It said, let's see, 5.9%. It is now 4.7% for black women. Okay? Whereas the unemployment rate under President Obama was consistently 10, 5, 9. And they said, well, it went down under Obama. It hit record highs. Okay? You can look at the economy. You can't say that it went down under Obama. It hit record highs. Thank God it went down. Thank God it went down. So why am I spending so much time on this? You look at the core constituencies of the Democratic Party. And why am I focusing on this when this is about William Barr? They don't want to focus. They cannot. The media narrative, the spin, the propaganda cannot be, hey, you know what? The unemployment rate for Hispanic and Latino men is at an all-time low. It's actually below. It's 3.1% below the national average of 3.7. For black women, it is historically low. The lowest in decades. Actually, the lowest that this chart shows. And so, 4.7%. Okay? You can look at each demographic. And this is very important because you look at, okay, for black men, black or African American men, up until what? You look at December or January of 2013, the beginning of President Obama's second term, and this is long after the recession. It was 13.3%. It is now, ladies and gentlemen, 5.8%. And 5.8, 5.9, it hit 5.6, a little below that. No, wait, what did it hit? No, it's now 5.9% in August of 2019 for black and African American men. The unemployment rate. Okay. In 2010, by the way, May, it hit 16.8%, a record high. It is now 5.9%, 5.8, 5.9%. And this is the man that is supposed to be the most horrendous person on the planet. Democrats are petrified. What do they have to run on? What can they So when I'm spending time on this, this is very important because this is just as important as William Barr preventing Democrats from really doing anything with the quote-unquote whistleblower. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. Oh, yeah, whistleblower. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's no whistleblower. It's nonsense. It's a Democratic operative linked to Hillary Clinton, like the Steele dossier, like Andrew McCabe, whose wife received $700,000 from Clinton allies, like the Steele dossier purchased by the Golden Muumuu, like all of this stuff. All roads lead to the Golden Muumuu. And by the way, Clinton's running again. Not if, definitely running again. She's going to lose again, and she'll run. Madam Cyberhack will run again in 2024. Democrats they've reached a point of no return. There are about 20 to 30 million people who will vote for Clinton every 4 years for the next century. She'll be like the original Star Trek with the box and the head, and they'll still vote for her. They've reached a point of no return. There is no rationality. Okay? People say, oh, she's not running. She's not running. Why? She literally stated she was. Well, no, she stated that she wasn't at the moment running. She said she'd like to be president, and she said she's keeping the door ajar, which means in Clinton speak, yeah, we're running. And when it's we're running, people are like, well, her husband isn't part of it. Yeah, her husband's a big part of it. They talk about nepotism, or they talk about, Trump and his kids or whatever. Do you think you're looking at a senator and secretary of state without Bubba Bill in the White House for 8 years? I don't think so. Give me a foreign policy achievement So now you have this absurd, Trump, he promised the Ukraine, or he told the Ukraine that they're not going to get money and aid if they don't investigate Biden. He never said that during. He said a benign kind of, do me a favor, do us a favor, and find out what was going on. Not a problem. Yeah, the Ukraine should find out what was going on, because Biden is on tape bragging. And so again, they were caught with their pants down, and it's, oh my God, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you look at our transgressions and misdeeds and misconduct and criminal behavior, and in doing so and asking another country to help you out, you are actually interfering in the election. And then today on Fox, Juan Williams was like, "Oh well, no, Obama didn't ask for he didn't ask for an investigation into Trump. It was during the course of an investigation into alleged collusion." What? Even James Clapper's like, "Oh, we wouldn't have done it unless we got the okay from the president." James Clapper is the first person to be like, "Yeah, we were told by the president." And nothing happens without the okay of the president. Nothing. In this administration, it's not like other. Generally, before President Trump's administration, because he's pretty much trying to wrestle control, and he's almost wrestled control away from the corrupt intelligence officials. But you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a situation where William Barr is like, "Go ahead, what are you going to do?" You can look at William Barr hits a new low in his crusade to bury the whistleblower complaint. That's Slate. Justice Department's dismissal of Ukraine call raises new questions about Barr. Yeah. Trump pressed Ukraine president to work with Barr for dirt on Biden. It's not dirt on Biden. If Biden happens to be dirty, then let's clean it up. Let's clean the vice president up. I fought Cocoa Puffs and cornflakes and grape nuts. It's unbelievable. Like, they don't realize they're actually they are trying to mask their indiscretions. They're trying to cover up their misdeeds, their possible criminal behavior, by saying, You're interfering in the election by informing everyone about our problems. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. President Obama's administration used a Steele dossier purchased by Clinton, a CrowdStrike tech firm outsourced by Democrats, Alexander Downer's gossip about Papadopoulos and Mifsud. Alexander Downer is an Australian diplomat with direct ties to the Clinton Foundation, helping raise tens of millions of dollars from Australian taxpayer money. And all the while, you have record low unemployment for key demographic groups who Democrats rely on. Without black voters and without women, American women, Democrats don't exist. They don't exist. And we're talking like the only ethnic group in the United States of America that has a 90+% loyalty to Democrats is black and African American voters. Every other ethnic group, Latinos, 30% voted for Trump. Jewish voters, Asian Americans, other demographics, white voters, you're talking far less than 90%, around most 70% of Latinos, around 70%, a little bit over for Jewish voters, Asian voters, but not 90%. If that 90% ever goes to even 80% or 75%, bye-bye Democrats. You're done. You have no Democratic Party. Already white women, 53% voted for Trump. The Democratic Party, they thought that demographics, like, look at the demographics. Like, no, you haven't done anything for people. You haven't done anything. Democrats don't focus on economic growth. They don't focus on a whole bunch of things. Voter suppression, yeah, that's what happened with with Clinton against President Obama, candidate Obama in 2008 in Nevada. David Plouffe was like, there were 200 examples of irregularities, voter suppression, all of these things. And how many, just curious, they've owned the House since January. Have they passed a voting rights bill? No. Have they passed a Medicare for All bill? No. Have they passed even a Green New Deal legislation? No. Have they abolished ICE? No. They're a bunch of talkers, and they rely on the media, and people are like, they don't care anymore. So you'll have a core group of 20 to 30 million people who will listen to everything MSNBC and CNN and the Washington Post and the New York Times say. And that's what this is all about. It doesn't matter if the whole Russia hoax was a complete nonsense, because these people, they look at it and they're like, oh, wow, Trump is so corrupt, he's lawless. They fabricate and they break the rules, they break laws. Clinton has servers outside the U.S. government with top secret intelligence. They're breaking laws left and right. And meanwhile, they're going after Trump, and William Barr is rightfully completely burying all of this because it's nonsense. It's a phone call. It's a phone call where they're accusing Trump of doing what Biden bragged about. And William Barr is like, yeah, we're not going to do anything about it. And they're all up in arms. Oh, my God. But see, the thing is, you look at the unemployment rate, you look at all of these things, and it's like wages are up. Why wages are finally rising 10 years after the recession, New York Times, May 2nd, 2019. Wages are up. Okay? At a 10-year high, wage growth for American workers likely to keep accelerating. This is Market Watch. So, this is a little bit a while back. Wages rise at a faster pace in 9 years, at fastest pace in 9 years, as U.S. adds 250,000 jobs in October. President Trump has added, over 4 million jobs in 3 years. 4.3 million. I think that's with the 500,000 job revision. So, what can they say? What can they say? Wages pick up. I mean, it's like, in terms of people benefiting from the economy, yeah, people are benefiting. What are they going to say? That Trump's phone call is making people's lives hurt? They don't have anything because there is no political party. That's why William Barr is like, nah, you're not gonna. You can holler and stomp your feet and there's nothing. You're not going to get anything else from this phone call. You're not gonna get all these people to testify. William Barr is preventing Democrats from making this into yet another special counsel. If it was Sessions, it'd be like, what do you want? Another special counsel? No problem. We'll do 2 all at once. How's that? How about 3 or 4? I'm just trying to help. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. Ladies and gentlemen, there's really nothing that they can do right now. There's absolutely nothing that they can do to derail Trump. Hillary Clinton is going to run again. She's going to lose again. Biden has no chance. Warren, that's a joke. Are you kidding? So you have Biden that is not even viable. Warren, give me a break. Bernie, they don't even want. So, how is this not going to be, of course it's going to be Clinton running again. I was saying that since 2017 in the Huffington Post, and then a couple of months back I wrote in the Times of Israel. It's going to take place. It's just a matter of when she decides. And the past 3 years, we've been going through this insanity, this chaos, this mayhem politically, and it's Clinton politics. They feel they were wronged because they actually committed crimes, and they were actually, they actually allowed a lot of bad things to take place, and they were taken to task, and they feel that they were, unfairly treated. So now they're going to be even more vicious and nastier and just try to really just, do the most, underhanded, shady things just because they want payback. And eventually it's not going to work. They're going to lose again. And most of media and most of the Democratic Party, I foresee turning on the Golden Moo and Bubba Bill after she loses again to Trump in a rematch where she loses. We'll see, though. They might have reached a point of no return where they're like 2024. Let's do it. Give me your thoughts below. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. William Barr is the man.